New Zealand consists of two major North and South Islands with 5.1 million populations, close to Australia. The total land area was 268,000 square kilometers, the sixth largest island country in the world. By the way, 71.8% European is the largest ethnic, followed by Maori indigenous peoples 16.5%. Meanwhile, around 15.9% of Asian is living here. This diversity allows you as an international student to get a well-rounded cultural experience when coming to New Zealand. No need to be concerned about your safety here. Global Peace Index for 2022 ranked New Zealand as the second safest nation in the world. No one could deny that New Zealand was having the most magnificent scenery compared with other top-rated countries for international students. These gorgeous landscapes can be explored off any direction on your compass. Before we're going in depth to our video, I will definitely elaborate all the subtopics on these content to ensure that you may make the best decision regarding obtaining New Zealand student visa. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the channel for the latest update, tips and guides for international students like you. Are you aware that international education is worth close to $5 billion to New Zealand? Prior to the pandemic, there were almost 120,000 international students flocked to New Zealand each year to study here, even though most of them decided to work and live permanently. Chinese students so far are the largest group with 48%, Indians 29%, and students from Southeast Asia 16%. This small North and South Island nation so far has only 8 universities. Don't get shocked if I told you that all of these education institutions were ranked on QS rankings. Thanks for the New Zealand government's effort for constantly monitoring and assisting education providers here to produce a massive excellence. It will be an exciting and rewarding experience to live as an international student in New Zealand. Meanwhile, these nations were renowned for its friendly population and top-notch educational system. You will get the chance to experience a new culture firsthand, meet new people, and gain a fresh understanding of the world as an international student. You will never feel bored here. There are numerous opportunities for you to get involved with other students. Plenty of clubs and society activities were introduced by local universities management so that you can participate in campus events. There are also community engagement programs available to encourage international students as well, like the Humanity Careers Festival. International students in New Zealand are having a very balanced lifestyle where most of the studying sessions will last not more than around 30 hours each week. You will definitely have whole weekends for you. More than 35% of international students tend to work Saturday and Sunday. Meanwhile, 62% of students work full-time on semester breaks. My research through genuine resources shows that as of the 31st of July 2022, there were just less than 15,000 students with study visas, which dropped from 120,000 before the pandemic, due to lengthy border closures which were enforced because COVID-19. New Zealand's borders were reopened on the 31st of July 2022, allowing the nation's colleges and universities to resume accepting international students. New Zealand immigration website also quoted that 12,258 foreign students had applied for the student visa until the 19th of November 2022. Almost 95% of the total were to get their results within 8 weeks. If you compare with other nations like Australia, Canada or Germany, even the USA, applications were processed almost immediately. So, if you're thinking of obtaining a New Zealand student visa, this is the perfect decision to do so, because you're not going to wait forever to be granted the visa. Before you get excited, let me detail you with requirements that international students must be fulfilled to ease up the chances to get the application approved. First, you need to get an offer at a university or college that you wish to enroll. Then you need to pay the tuition fees for at least 1 semester, evidence of funds to cover your living expenses, minimum 20,000 New Zealand dollar per year. In some cases you need to provide a medical certificate and police record background as well. Now let's see the option for the perfect New Zealand student visa that might suit you. There are different types of student visa which have been tailored according to your special needs. However, I will only list a few common visas that international students use to apply. Number 1. Student visa or fee-paying student visa. You will need these visas if you're planning to enroll on a full-time course whose studying duration will exceed 3 months or more. International students must sign up with an approved education provider and need to pay the entire cost on their own. These visas will allow you to stay up to 4 years. You can bring your spouse and children together, but they need to apply for a visa too. You can work part-time up to 20 hours weekly while studying and full-time on semester breaks. My recommendation is to go for this visa if you wish to benefit maximum from studying in New Zealand, where you can have a greater chance to apply for a post-study work visa after graduation. Number 2. Visitor visa. Normally, if you're more likely to study on a short course not more than 3 months, you can apply for these visa. If any of international students are from non-visa waiver countries, they need to be granted with these visa before start studying at New Zealand. The visa will permit you to stay up to 9 months, study on short courses not exceeding 3 months, explore the whole scenic country, go for adventure trips. You can include your family as well, but the significant drawback is that you're strictly not permitted to work part-time in New Zealand. Number 3. Exchange student visa. This visa is only for tertiary students normally allowed to study full-time at New Zealand in a school-to-school exchange program, also known as tertiary exchange scheme. Take note that you only can apply for these visas from outside of New Zealand and already accepted onto an approved student exchange education program. You can stay up to 4 years or depending on the length of the exchange program. The best part is no tuition fees will be collected because you're considered a domestic student and you can work 20 hours weekly or full-time on holiday. Number 4. Working holiday visa. As the name suggests, this visa is normally provided to young travelers aged around 18 to 30 or 35 years old who can explore and work in New Zealand. You're still allowed to study on short courses maximum of 6 months here using the visa, but your prime reason should be for holiday. Number 5. Pathway student visa. If you want to study up to 3 consecutive courses on a single student visa, this is the visa for you. With these visas, you can study up to 3 courses, one after the other, for up to 5 years. You'll need to have an offer of a place from a pathway education provider. If there is more than one education provider, you must prepare a letter explaining the courses you will study and their start and finish dates. You also have to pay the full cost of the first year of study. You can't include any dependents on these visas but are permitted to work 40 hours every fortnight and full-time on holidays. Number 6. MFAD-funded NZ Scholarship Student Visa. The last visa option is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade-funded NZ Scholarship Student Visa. It is similar to the fee-paying student visa, but in this case international students were sponsored by New Zealand's government. You can study full-time at the course stated on your visa for up to 4 years including schools, tertiary or English language studies. You're able to work part-time for 20 hours weekly, full-time on semester breaks, but you can't include your dependents on the visa. However, your spouse has a great opportunity to be granted a work visa and your children will be eligible for a student visa as well. I hope you already get a brief idea on which visa that you need to apply for studying at New Zealand, so I hope you can take more time to explore all the visa options that will suit your needs better. While you're studying in New Zealand, working a part-time job can help you to ease up your financial situation. As I mentioned in the previous chapter, most of the New Zealand student visa will allow you to work up to 20 hours weekly and full-time when you are on a scheduled semester break or holidays. However, there are some conditions that you have to fulfill in order to be able to work while studying. Firstly, for tertiary and undergraduate students, you must do a full-time course that is at least 2 academic years in duration or minimum 1 academic year to enable you to be legally employed. Meanwhile, international students who are doing a master or doctoral degree program awarded by a New Zealand university can work full-time without any limitation or restrictions. According to New Zealand's minimum salary as on the 1st of April 2022 is you will get paid minimum 21.20 New Zealand dollars per hour according to the field that you cater and your experience. Normally you can earn around 340 New Zealand dollars to 450 New Zealand dollar every week for 20 hours part-time employment. I know that you're wondering whether you can get a job in New Zealand, how hard it is going to be and a few extra doubts. Honestly, I will let you know that job opportunities here are quite hard. As an international student you must prepare for at least 7 months before you want to embark on a journey to study in New Zealand. My point is to plan and prepare before coming here. Once you decide to study here, the first thing you must do is train the skills that suit best to get a job in the New Zealand environment. I will always advise you to train as a barista in your native country before coming here, because the hospitality sector will always hire international students as there are constant skill shortages in this sector. Surprisingly, there are still plenty of demanding jobs that you can join, like part-time warehouse assistant, pick-packing, nanny, kitchen hand or driver. I can suggest to you a few online platforms that international students can hunt for a job, such as Gumtree, Seek or Facebook Marketplace. The New Zealand government also made their incentive to help job seekers by launching their own websites called Work Here and Find Jobs. Airtasker New Zealand right now also provides international students with a limitless number of job opportunities. You only can work for an employer with an employment agreement, and not allowed to be self-employed. There will be around 20% tax deduction from your wages, but in most cases, you can apply for tax return at the end of the financial year. It really depends on you and which studies you graduated from. International students can stay in New Zealand to get a job, but there were recent changes to post-study work visa requirements. Let me explain to you about these new rules. Number 1. The length of the post-study work visa is still the same as the duration of the course for level 8 and below. Meanwhile, master and doctoral graduate will get 3 years visa. Number 2. Any student visa applications after the 11th of May 2022 will not be eligible by transitional agreements. Number 3. According to the new requirements, if you completed non-degree level 4 to 7 including graduate diplomas, only will be permitted with post-study work visa if your studies is relevant on job demand list. So it's advisable to do your own research on New Zealand's green list before enrolling to the course that you wish. Normally you can apply for permanent residency after 2 years of obtaining residency visa or post-study visa. New Zealand's permanent residency is based on very transparent points system. There are few criteria rolls in to get an opportunity to obtain into the program, like your age, education qualification and skill. So the higher is the point, the more chances that you have to be granted permanent residency. Before we finish off the topic, I can say that though there were few updates on New Zealand student visa, this nation still has the most relaxed requirements for you to obtain a post-work study visa after finishing your studies, even if you're planning to get a permanent residency as well. I hope these videos will benefit you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for the latest updates that will guide international students.